Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Stride Gamer here, bringing you a new Anno 1800 episode today. I hope you like this concert, this open air concert that we're listening to. But that's not what we're going to cover today. We are in the new zoo that I started to create. How do they not go away? They should escape. And we're also going to talk about tourists. As you can see, some first hotels over there. So here it is. Hope you are excited about this new episode in our beauty with tourism. So here we are. As always, this is work in progress, right? This city, if you've seen the previous episodes, we talked about this first city here with farmers, workers, artisans, the countryside. And now we started working here. I started working on this sort of grand avenue here where we're going to have tourists and also other tiers. And on the zoo, as you can see, the zoo is far from over. We still have all of these here that I'm planning, but let's start looking at what I've done. And similarly for the tourists, right? It's far from done. As you can see, there's still a lot of space open here in the middle. There's a lot of things that still need to be done, but I did want to show you these first elements and also ask your opinion. What do you like? What don't you like? What is looking good? What should I change? And let's start with the zoo. As you can see, this is the main entrance of the zoo. I also built a second entrance there. Well, started building it. So it's a fake entrance, right? Like all of the modules are linked to this one. And that's kind of important actually for the tourists because you don't want them to have access to smaller zoos. You want one big zoo. But for the aesthetic, I felt it was nice to have different entrance. So yeah, we're getting in through there. Smaller statues, some fountains. I've enclosed the zoo with this gate, straight fence on both sides. And yes, you enter there, and when you get there, well, you're going to buy your newspaper. While the kids are looking at the animals, you're going to read your newspapers. And then there's different ways that I try to make it feel a bit natural where usually when you build a zoo, they want you to go through a certain way and not just walk around randomly. But at the same time, usually there's different ways, right? Like you can start left and go all the way and sort of come back on the right or the opposite. Sometimes there's also a shorter route, like for example, you do only half, right? Like this. It was good also for me to have a main road that was leading directly to the concert hall or the music pavilion, as it's called. The other thing I try to do is also to have a bit of themes, right? To keep all of the water animals together in this part here, with a lot of fountains for the water theme. Then to have a bit of a forest theme here, with a lot of trees and animals that are kind of linked to the forest. Keep the Africa or Mbesa animals together here. Here is the Arctic animals, those kind of elements, trying to really keep some of these together. It's not perfect, and also in particular because the ornaments that we have are kind of limited, right? It's not like we have a lot of ornaments that speak to the desert and then ornaments that speak to the Arctic, things like this, right? The ornaments was a bit hard part for me. And obviously trying to keep the sets together, right? So all of these three are together, these three are together, etc. As you can see, I'm not done. There's still quite a few to be done for this part here. Let's go a bit more in detail and sort of walk through it, and maybe let's actually take a quick walk. And do tell me in the comments below or in my Discord channel. Please don't hesitate to join my Discord channel. The Link to join is in the description below. So what you like, what you don't like. For example, do you like when I take some of those small walks through it? Because I mean, this is a beauty building series, so for me it's a bit about showing you that beauty. And even if the quality of the graphics, let's say, is a bit lower on this first person view, it is still kind of a good way to see in detail, those four small ornaments like this that I've put here, statue, all those kind of things.
Oh, they're just adorable.
Let's go a bit in the water area of the park. One element I've tried to do too is, as you can see, sort of, you can go, I don't know if we can go inside actually. So, oh, we can, great. So where are those animals? Hmm, they're hiding somewhere. Sorry about that, let's try to find another one. So here, this is what I wanted to show. I've sort of rotated each of these elements so that it feels natural. When you're looking at one, when you finish, you're going to look at the other just in front instead of sort of going around.
Well, aren't you a curious
So we don't see a lot of animals here in this view. Oh, yeah, I see one. Oh, this one is ugly, don't you think? Okay, let's watch maybe one more.
This city is a magnet for genius.
See, different vibes. What do we have here? The seals. Oh, yeah, I see it. Nice. Okay, we got quite far actually. Here it is. So now let's take a bit more of a look. So as I was saying, if you go here, for example, you're gonna take this path, right? Look here, then you can look at those two. You can either go to the back or come back here. Also look at those two. Try to really follow a bit those roads, and also to add some roads, right? For example, here you're gonna go here, follow this paved road, check this one out, and then come out with, as always, a few ornaments here and there, newspaper stand, a statue on a column, some benches to sit from time to time, trying to make it not always straight, right? Like here, this one is not at the same level as this one, and then this one is sort of vertical versus this one is horizontal. Make it a bit natural. It's honestly not that easy, I felt, especially because with these modules of the zoo, they always need to be connected to each other, right? Except if you're using spice it up mode. But then let's take a quick look here also at this. You can sit there with some nice flowers. And here, this is the Africa. Let's actually take a very quick look down. So I think that it's probably looking quite nice. You have the two elephant statues behind the arch, and then you actually see the real elephant just there. Quite nice. Rhinos. So you see, sometimes you have quite a lot of space, like here, and sometimes you get into a lot more narrow path, like here. Trying to really make it natural as much as possible. A pond here to rest. Oh, we are at the end. This is the end of the zoo. This is when you get into the forest part of the park. So you can see animals of the forest, like the bears. Okay, so that's so far about the zoo. I'd love to hear your comments once again, either in the comments below or on my Discord channel. Please find the link just below in the description. And yes, thinking to expand it a bit that way. Okay, and then why did I start with the zoo? Well, because this is the first happiness element for the new tourists. If you don't know about the tourist, this is a new DLC that just went out a couple of days ago. I'm not going into all of the details in this video of the new things that the tourists are bringing, but I did want to show you but what I've started to do, and then in a follow-up video I'll really detail what's new, how the tourist hotel works, and all of this. But in the meantime, don't hesitate to ask any question. So for these tourists, as you can see, it's quite a big building. They're all the same. You can't really change them. And so the first question I wanted to ask you, all of you, so don't hesitate again to share in the comment below, is do you prefer to see them both like this in front of each other, or more like this, kind of back to each other? They're back to each other. I feel like that looks better like this to me, but maybe it's my engineer mind. The only problem with this one, I feel, is the entrance is there, but the roads are actually around. So that feels just a bit strange. I also wanted to put some here because they are going to look at, I'm planning the big palace here, the World Fair, and also the Eiffel Tower there. So that's why I wanted a few to look that way. And of course I wanted them close to the zoo because, as I said, this is one of their key needs. So that's gonna be kind of the avenue here. And then I wanted a few more, which so far you've seen I've put back to back. So do tell me what you think. It's better that way or the other way, towards the sea. Sort of these ones are the ones that want to be by the beach. I know we don't really have a beach vibe yet, but that was the idea, by the sea, by the beach, and by the pier. I mean, they also arrive from here, the mooring, sorry. One of the first mechanics I won't go into detail for the tourists is those bus stops. So as you can see, I've put quite a few there because for me that's where they arrive. So when they arrive, they need a lot of bus stops so that then they can go wherever they need. Maybe one bus is going to go there, another bus is going to go there to this hotel. Maybe a bus is going to go directly here to the zoo. Those kind of things. So yeah, that was the idea. I haven't really made this area pretty yet, or any of those, right? And then I also wanted some actual inhabitant in the middle for two reasons. Or the first one is there's not really a lot of cities in the world where you're just gonna have tourists in a complete neighborhood of only tourists, right? Even for things like just the restaurants, right? I've put the first restaurant here. Even if they say that the restaurant uses sort of tourists as customer and no workforce, the sort of reality is that it needs workforce, right? So that's also why I wanted to put them here, including also other elements like the oil power plant needs workforce, right? Engineer workforce. And then I was thinking the investors as a higher tier would be the one really closer to the tourists, so here and there. Tried also to hide a bit things that are less attractive, like the warehouse that you need for the restaurant and the oil power plants with trees and things like this. So yeah, do tell me if you like this concept of this nice avenue here. As you can see, I'm planning to sort of have a central one here with a lot of ornaments, like fountains and things like this, and then these two nice walking promenades on both sides, which have this new cherry tree, also these new flower beds, and a nice plaza in the middle. I'm also planning to put a few, actual statues or ornaments. For now, I've put two here. I'm thinking maybe to put from time to time there, or only at the end. Let's see. It's a question. It's still in my mind for now. So yes, do tell me what you think about it, and then next episode probably show a bit advancement of all of this. Also start explaining some of these elements that you need for the scholar, for the tourists. Sorry, and I haven't completed really that part here yet either. So don't hesitate to share more comments on this one. But yeah, a lot that still need to be done. So many other episodes in this series. But I hope you like what you're seeing so far in this beauty building with tourism series. And hope to see you next time.